pathetic. The coach, he's got to go.
Been a season ticket holder for 10 years now. This is the lowest point.
It looks like it looked like my high school football team. Losing to a team that wants to lose, and he's not embarrassed?
If it meant that Pat Shermer would be fired, I would root for the Giants to lose to the Jets 49-0. I'd swim with sharks. I'd swim with dolphins. I'd eat jars of mayo to get this guy out of here. That's all. Thank you.
That's just a quick synopsis of some of the phone calls I made to ESPN Radio in New York this week. Meanwhile, let's go either or. Mark Sanchez, Giants, Jets. Who you got, Daniel Jones or Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold, baby. He's going to have a great comeback game this week. He sees ghosts. He sees dead people. He's going to see this defense very well. I think he's going to have a great game. I know he's going to get it to his playmakers. Look for Jamison Crowder to make some noise in the secondary, too.
Are you picking the Jets?
Sure.
Okay, I like it.
Wait, you're picking the Jets to win?
Bills
and Sam Darnold. Is that
me
okay?
too. Bills, Browns is next. Bobby, Baker Mayfield or the Buffalo defense?
I almost can't believe I'm going to do this. I'm going to give him one last shot.
Yes.
One last chance with all the weapons that he has, the ability to potentially salvage this season. It is now or never for Baker Mayfield. I think they, hopefully, I'm begging you, Baker, get this thing right. You saw what Carson Wentz did to this defense last week. They're supposed to be pretty good, but he had a heck of a day against them. Hopefully, a little bit of that will rub off, and maybe the Bills' defense is lacking for confidence.
Listen, you and I are standing alone on that one. Lewis, Panthers, Packers. Who has the bigger day, Aaron Rodgers or Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah, this is a tough one, but I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers. I think this is just going to be the one-week revenge tour for Aaron. They needed a wake-up call last week in L.A., and they got one from the Chargers. He had his worst output of the season, and he has his weapons back, and he has Devontae Adams back in the fold now. I think they go back home. I believe that against the Carolina Panthers defense that is pretty tough, I think he lights it up. I think Christian lights it up too. You know I'm a big fan of his and Kyle Allen together. I like the Carolina Panthers, but I think this is Aaron Rodgers' week to kind of get back on track.
And then finally, Vilma, you're going to the Monday night game, Niners and Seahawks. Who you got, Russell or the 49er defense?
I'm going 49ers defense. Of course I'm going with the defense. First of all, have you seen the speed that they have up front? You're talking about Nick Bosa, DeForest Buckner. There is a defensive front that can match Russell Wilson's speed. And by the way, Russell Wilson loves to play outside the pocket. That fits right into what the 49ers defense does. So the matchup is perfect for the 49ers. And frankly, the 49ers built their team to play against and compete and beat the Russell Wilsons of the world. So 49ers defense all day long.
That's how this NFL weekend will come to an end. Meanwhile, let's do our bold predictions here. It's everybody's favorite time. We'll see how many points Sanchez thinks USC is going to win by. Let's start with you, Bobby. What is your bold prediction for this week?
I'm going to go with the Panthers over the Packers. The Panthers' pass defense is one of the best in the NFL. Packers aren't very good at stopping the run. Christian McCaffrey, really talented. I think they go in there, Kyle, and they find a way to pull out a win.
That would be really interesting, and I think it would surprise a lot of people. All right, Sanchez, I discounted you. You're not allowed to pick USC this week. What is your bold prediction?
Within a bye?
No, I have to pick a quarterback. And who else? Dak Prescott, baby. 300 yards, 3 touchdowns against Mike Zimmer's defense. It's going to be a big day for him. Where's Stephen A. when we need him?
I like that. So let's say it again. 300 yards passing and 3 touchdowns for Dak Sunday night against the Vikings.
That's right.
You know, sometimes because we sort of live in an overreaction world, you know, we've decided that a Cowboys season story has been written. They got a lot of time to get this thing hot, and that would be a huge win for them on Sunday night.
Plenty of time, and that'll be a great confidence boost for this team and push them down the stretch.
Vilma, bold prediction.
We had a huge win with the Lions going to beat the Bears.
Yes.
But Mitch Trubisky, that's how bad he's been playing. Mitch Trubisky, he's getting pulled mid-game.
Oh, really? Gosh.
Chase McDaniel.
Wow.
What's going on? Yes, you heard it correctly. The best quarterback is Matthew Stafford in that game. He's going to outplay whatever quarterback is for the Bears. They're going to pull Trubisky because he can't keep up. He's out the game. Lions win.
Oh, that's a good one. All right, Lewis, you're last up here. What's your
I'm going to piggyback a little bit off of what Bobby said about the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to say the Cleveland Browns have their best game of the year.
Wow.
I'm going to say Baker Mayfield has his best game of the year. And I'm going to go an even step further.
Benedict Arnold.
They're going to shut out the Buffalo Bills.
Whoa.
Because you know what, the Buffalo Bills offense, give me a break.
What are we talking about right now?
Turncoat.
What is going on? You just now.
You may not like it.
You just now guaranteed another 4 weeks of us having to talk to Browns. Oh my God.
In the words of Macho Man.
That's why we call them bold predictions.
You may not like it.
All right. Right now,
will accept it.
We must pause for our most important piece of business of the day.
Proud U.S. Marine Corps veteran Jamel Harry.
And you can hear the USA chants for the Marine. Good work with the straight left hand. Look at Herring. 9 years of service to our country. All smiles.
This Monday, November the 11th, is Veterans Day. On Saturday night in Fresno, California, WBO super featherweight champion Jamel Herring will defend his title against Lamont Roach. Now, those two things might appear to be unrelated, but there is one significant connection. Herring is known as the Fighting Marine after serving 2 combat tours of duty in Iraq in 2005 and 2007. And we are honored to welcome Jamel Herring to Get Up. So thank you very much for taking this moment for us here, Jamel. And I would start by asking, what does Veterans Day mean to you?
Veterans Day is a special day for not only me, but for our country as a whole. You know, just giving thanks to those men and women who served in harm's way to make sure that we can live with our freedom. And
you are a member of the Marine Corps Boxing Hall of Fame. What significance does that have to you?
Oh, that's a great honor, especially when you got guys like Ken Norton, Leon Spinks, both who defeated the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. So to be a part of that heritage is definitely a big deal, and I was honored to be, named into that Marine Corps Hall of Fame boxing.
I would be remiss not to mention another part of your backstory, and unfortunately a tragic one, losing your daughter to SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, and even losing your best friend to lung cancer. How have those shaped you, both as a fighter and as a man?
It definitely just, for the most part, it just made me appreciate what I have in front of me now and what I have in life as a whole. If anything, I take those, those two tragic moments in my past, and I turn it into something positive by, just living the right life, on a straight path in their honor, and just, making sure that their memory stays with me each and every time I enter the ring.
Let's talk about the fight then. You became the world champion in May, now about to defend your title against Lamont Roach again Saturday on ESPN+. What should the fans who get set to tune in, what's going to happen?
They're gonna expect a great fight. It's gonna be a good night of boxing overall, and the whole entire card is stacked from bottom to top. But I do plan on being victorious and heading on to bigger and better things. My team has done a tremendous job in camp. Not to mention I have Bud Crawford in my corner as well. So you can expect a lot of great things to happen this Saturday.
Well, we look forward to that. Again, we can watch on ESPN+ on Saturday night. And as I mentioned before, it's an honor to have you here. Thank you so very much for making the time.
Thank you.
And if you like combat sports, ESPN+ is your place to be. It'll start tomorrow, 2 Eastern, with UFC Fight Night from Moscow. Then at 6:30, Top Rank Boxing live from Fresno. You will see that man, the Fighting Marine, Jamel Herring, and Lamont Roach Jr. squaring off in the main event. And in just over 6 minutes, First Take is live from Davis-Monthan Air Force Base in Arizona, honoring America's heroes. Stephen A. Max and company are ready to go. It's First Take live with the troops next on ESPN.